If Aaron Rodgers wants to continue playing, he's going to get traded. The Raiders look like one of the top options to compete with the New York Jets, but can they even afford the star quarterback? Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, we are talking a little Raiders, Aaron Rodgers trade potential action. They're going to be one of the top teams looking for a quarterback and in the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes, along with the New York Jets, and I think we're going to have to contend with them. But there's rumors floating around that the Raiders are a cash-poor franchise, and they won't be able to pay Aaron Rodgers. Now, where is this all coming from? Bill Plaschke of Around the Horn back in November had this comment. I'm saying right now Josh McDaniels will be the coach this year and next year. Raiders don't have the money to fire him, to pay him off. They are cash poor. Now, cash poor refers to the amount of cash flow that you currently have at your disposal to spend on players. And the reason that is a thing and an issue is because when you have a guaranteed contract, anything over $15 million guaranteed has to be put in escrow, meaning you have to take that full sum of money that's guaranteed, put it off to the side, and you can't touch it until that money is paid out to the player. So the Raiders are going to have to shell out $110 million for Aaron Rodgers and put it into escrow. So that's where this whole thing's coming from. Are they a cash-poor organization? Now, there were issues back when they were in Oakland. They were talking about how Le'Veon Bell can't be signed or Khalil Mack wasn't going to get retained because of these monster contracts. But let me toss it over to Chris Mortensen, let him describe it, and then we can talk about it on the other side.
The Raiders actually are not a cash-rich team. They got the Las Vegas Stadium, and they got $750 million from the state of Nevada, but Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, had to take out a loan, too. So he's financing a loan with no real revenue stream from their current Oakland Alameda Coliseum there. Right. So they're not he actually takes, Southwest Airlines to fly to Las Vegas. So he's not one of these cash-rich owners. So when they didn't sign Khalil Mack and traded him away, it was a cash flow issue. They still have some of that.
You heard Mortensen say it right there. They didn't retain Khalil Mack because there were cash flow issues. They were a cash-poor team at that point in Oakland. Now, does that matter right now, and are they considered still a cash-poor team? And I have to say, I don't think that's right. And I want to toss it over to Ian Rappaport, who went on the Pat McAfee show just about a week after that initial Plaschke comment was made back in November to talk about, are the Raiders cash poor?
That division is a massive question mark right now. Can't fire McDaniels because of money reasons, right? Allegedly in Las Vegas.
No, they're not going to. The money's that was wrong. The money's fine. They're not going to fire him. But
breaking. Okay, because that whole division, if you think Hackett maybe first year not even going to make it, then the Raiders allegedly the false report we're hearing now, right? False report was that they would have got rid of McDaniels or will get rid of McDaniels if they could afford it. They can't afford paying him and another coach. Allegedly, there's the IRS is involved in a whatever. There's a lot going on over there. You're saying that's fake? Okay, that's big news.
So Rap Sheet tends to think that there are not cash flow issues when it comes to the Raiders and that McDaniels was not going to get fired because of those financial issues. Now, I will say this. This is something that I don't know if people are thinking about or considering. John Gruden was the coach in Vegas for the Raiders, got a monster contract. We're talking 10 years, $100 million, just a massive, massive contract. Now, McDaniels seemingly got a really big deal because he was one of the sought-after coordinators under Bill Belichick this past hiring cycle. And when you have obviously Gruden getting fired, and then what could have been McDaniels getting fired, you are paying fully guaranteed contracts to John Gruden. Now, there was a settlement. I don't know exactly how much was paid out, but I'm sure he's still paying out some kind of money to Gruden, even with the settlement. McDaniels, 4-year contract. You would be paying that person, you would be paying him, and then you would be paying the next head coach. So that is more an issue, and we've seen the Jets sort of fall into those similar kind of issues where it's like, when you're paying Todd Bowles and then you have Adam Gase, but now you fire Adam Gase. I think last year were the Jets paying Saleh, Gase, and Bowles? I don't think that was the case. There was like a weird overlap, but that's why you tend to stagger head coaches because all that money is guaranteed for their contracts. Now, as far as will this prevent them from actually getting Aaron Rodgers? I don't see how that could possibly be the case. I mean, for one, For one, Mark Davis is building a brand new mansion out in the desert. He just bought a WNBA team in the Las Vegas Aces. Now, that being said, his home and the entire franchise of the Las Vegas aces combined does not equal the guaranteed money that Aaron Rodgers has coming to him over the course of these next 2 years, that $110 million. So, but like, it doesn't scream cash flow issue to me. Now, on top of that, I want to look at what their net worth is. Back in 2015, when you're going through all these Khalil Mack issues and, oh, he's going to get traded, they had the second lowest, like, revenue stream or second lowest valuation of any of the major franchises in the NFL. Not even just major franchises. Of all 32 teams, they were the second lowest in Oakland. They moved to Vegas in 2019 when they're building that stadium. They shoot up to a valuation of $2.9 billion. And as of before this season, they are a toasty $5.1 billion as far as what that franchise is worth. And you can get loans and things of that nature leveraged against your assets. So I don't see how there could possibly be a cash flow issue when in just like 2 years, 3 years time, the Raiders organization doubled in value. That's insane to me. I don't think there's any issue with them being able to go out and pay a player. I mean, they went out and got Devontae Adams last year. They paid Chandler Jones. Like there's a whole lot of things going on in Vegas, and I don't see how Aaron Rodgers is going to handicap them from a financial standpoint, given how much that franchise is worth. So maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I would love for the Raiders to be cap strapped or cash strapped, so that way the Jets have a better outlook as it sits, but I just don't see that being the case. And I think all these franchises have plenty of money. It's all monopoly money. I don't understand all the X's and O's of it, but I don't think it's really going to be a problem. Not to mention Aaron Rodgers said he would rework his deal to make sure whatever team he goes to isn't totally financially strapped. Now, he's not going to take a discount, but he might structure it in a way that does not prevent the Raiders from, being as strapped as they might have been. So I don't think it's really an issue. I do think the Raiders and Jets are the two top teams if Rodgers does get traded, along with probably the Titans as well. But guys, let me know. Are the Raiders actually cap strapped or cash strapped? Do you think this is going to be a problem with them trying to acquire Aaron Rodgers? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets.